Today, the photography industry is more competitive than ever. If you want to maximize your income and push yourself artistically, you need to be a well-rounded photographer.
When I first started photography, I was shooting everything.
If you want to be a well-rounded photographer, one of the skills you're going to have is direction of people.
So there's no environment that really at this point intimidates me.
Part of my love of landscape photography is going and trying over and over again.
There are so many opportunities out there for someone who's able to put together a good real estate photo.
For the last 10 years, we have been producing very specialized photography tutorials. One photographer teaching sometimes 10, 20 hours about a very specific genre of photography. But in this tutorial, we've teamed up with 8 of the most popular instructors that we've ever worked with on Fstoppers.com. Each one of them will be teaching their own specialized lesson, and they will help you to become a well-rounded photographer.
I'm Clay Cook, and I shoot editorial, portrait, and advertising photography. When I first started photography, I was shooting everything. I was shooting real estate, I was shooting landscapes, and I was shooting products. And with every genre I shot, I became a better photographer in all other genres. In my lesson, I'm gonna give you an overview of editorial photography. We're gonna cover working with a team, set design, business, and working through a shoot.
So let's say you want to be a professional photographer. You probably want to be somebody like me who has specialty in one genre, because that's really where you're going to get most of your work, and you're going to develop a following and get a consistent source of income for yourself and be able to leave that 9 to 5 that you may be sitting in. But to leave that 9 to 5, you're going to have to shoot everything that comes your way at first. And once you do that, you're going to start to hone in on something. And when that thing clicks in your brain, hey, I really love doing this, and I'm making some money on it, you're gonna go that direction. In order to go that direction, you have to be a well-rounded photographer. If you've ever been skeptical about taking a headshot and figuring out how to do a business, I'm gonna change your mind. Go serious, give me a serious one, I like that. Beautiful, good. What a huge difference. So there we have 3 options, straight at her, up, and back. For me, I like it soft and beautiful. I think that this would work for anyone to build a business around.
Yeah, shooting headshots in a studio is cool and all, but wouldn't you rather be on the beach? Today I am with Nina, and what we are gonna do is run through a shoot just like I would on a regular test shoot, working with a model with limited time and limited equipment. What's cool about this tutorial is you're gonna see photographers from completely different genres showing you their tips and techniques, and you can either take a bunch of those, put them in your toolkit and apply them all into the photography that you do now, or you might fall in love with a completely new genre of photography that you had never tried before.
Hold on. Shooting people, I mean, he makes it look fun, but I would way rather be left alone in a mansion with the air conditioning blasting, looking out at some amazing view, instead of sweating bullets outside on a beach. My name is Mike Kelley, and I'm an architectural photographer. So in this tutorial, I'm gonna take you through 2 shots that every real estate photographer is going to have to master: the bedroom and the twilight exterior.
The real estate photography market is one of the easiest to break into because no matter where you live, there are homes being sold. And if you've ever been on Zillow, you know that the photography, for the most part, is horrible. You can go into any space with almost any gear and take incredible looking shots in just a few minutes.
Now, one of my favorite parts about architectural photography is that every room is kind of a puzzle to be figured out. Every composition is going to be balancing many factors. In this room, I'm balancing the light with the view, with the furniture, and with accurately capturing the size of the space. Now, these factors will change depending on every photograph, but there's always some compromise and combination of all those things that are going to lead you to finding the best angle.
My name is Dylan Patrick. Today I want to teach you my process for taking a cinematic headshot indoors. I don't have a studio, and I like not having a studio, but one thing that happens is my clients say, hey Dylan, can you come to me? I've got a bunch of employees we need to shoot, or maybe it's a real estate agent, and they go, you know what, I really want a shot of me at a house that I'm selling. Even if the background's blurry, even if you can't tell where I am, I want to be in my environment. For any photographer, it's really important to be able to walk into any space, look around, and just know that you can get great shots in any situation. When I was just getting started, showing up to a location was a scary thing. I didn't know what the lighting was gonna be like. I didn't know where my client was gonna be. I didn't know how big the space was gonna be. And being able to show up, assess the problems and the challenges within the environment and really work through those and solve those problems made me a better photographer, and I want to make you a better photographer.
If getting people in front of your camera terrifies you, product photography is an introvert's dream. I'm Brian Rodgers Jr., and I'm a commercial photographer and digital artist specializing in product photography. It's usually up to me to try to come up with a concept and a different point of view that makes this product stand out from anything else in the market. So today I've got a really cool Bluetooth speaker. It's a wireless. It is rated IPX7, which is a waterproof rating, and you can submerge it into about 3 feet of water. The goal with this shoot today is that we are going to introduce splash into the set. So we'll start with the clean product by itself. I'll show you how to build a small set and get a nice looking product shot by itself, which is great. And then we will introduce the splash effects.
Now this tutorial is over 10 hours of useful techniques in a wide range of genres, but we didn't just stop there. With this download, you're also going to get a bunch of high-res images so that you can work side by side with each photographer as they go through their entire post-processing workflow.
So we started with the speaker. We went through and adjusted the grill, added the LED lights. We did some cleanup with frequency separation. We added some of our base splash images, and this is just all done on set, like practical effects. And then finally we added this really cool cloud brush and finished off the look.
It's really cool to be a part of this tutorial because I can tell you I learned from some of these photographers such as Peter Hurley 7 or 8 years ago, because he was the master of directing expression and actually showing how important that was. So that's a big part of what I do today. Watching Elia Locardi work with landscapes, that's a part of everything I do as well, because it's not just about this subject, it's about what's behind them, where they are. So I've certainly learned from all these different genres of photography myself and apply them to this day.
In this tutorial, I want to invite you into my backyard so we can take a look at the techniques that I use in the field every day. And if you're like me, you might enjoy nature. And landscape photography is a great way to be able to enjoy the environment and take photos at the same time. Approaching any location, whether that's Patagonia in Chile or northern Iceland, first thing I like to do is scout the location. This is pretty straightforward. What's nice about this pier is it's mostly symmetrical and it ends with kind of a nice little gazebo at the end. So we know that this is going to be a pretty solid composition. But the first thing I like to do is just put a few of the things down. Don't need the tripod right now because I'm just going to scout. And with something like this, it's a long pier, it's a big scene. I usually start wide, test wide, and then I'll start moving in.
Now obviously this tutorial is a lot about the gear side of photography and the lighting and the Photoshop and the post-production and stuff like that. But we also wanted to talk a little bit about the business side of things. And that's where Monte Isom comes in. He's a commercial photographer, but in this tutorial, he spends 90 minutes with an executive art buyer out of Chicago, and they talk about stuff that you will not find anywhere else on the internet.
What is it like for you to help walk them through the process of working with an advertising agency?
I love that, first of all. That's a very exciting thing. If somebody is brand new, they need to start finding their partners. They have to have, at the bare minimum, a producer. They need to have their digital tech, their lighting people, their stylists. Just start putting together an infrastructure. You start throwing the lines out and trying to get attention from art directors and start trying to get attention from producers like me, then the day will come. You're gonna get a call and you need to go. You need to be ready to give me an estimate and a treatment, and it needs to look professional.
Every single one of our tutorials, including this one, has a 100% money-back guarantee. But even if you're not interested in every genre that it covers, I think you're going to learn a ton from each photographer, and maybe, just maybe, you'll find a completely new genre of photography to fall in love with. If you want to be able to shoot any type of photography job that comes your way,
This is the tutorial.
This is the tutorial.
This is the tutorial for you.